Bam, bam. Uh-oh, there we go. That worked. No. Freaking wackadoodle. You. Oops, me. Oops, back. You. Man. Hold on. I'm slow. Stop. Bam. Remove. Auto find and activate. Auto find and activate. Auto find and activate. Um, that work? I don't even know if that works. There we go. There we go. Hold on. So here, let's go here, here, go here, uh, here, and oh, let's see, Control V. Okay, pin. Talking about. Whoa. Okay. Don't seem to want to work. Papa Dad. But I'm trying to look through the news without showing freaking horrific stuff. Um, let's see, let's see, let's see, let's see, let's see. Oh, that's pretty cool. Me oh my. Me oh my. Let's see, the moment you realize it's not 2004. Oh yeah. Let's see this.
Blah, 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 blah. Hi there, hello. Here's a situation I'm sure we've all been a part of from time to time. You're standing around, you're being a person, talking to your friend
What up,
about normal
Ben?
things. God, I frickin' love waffles. Yeah, I
10
have to agree. Waffles.
Right. Flintstone kids. Why are they right, exactly. This stuff. Thank you, Ben. Hey, what's up, brother? Thank you, my friend. Thank you. 10 million strong and growing. Bunch of crap.
Waffles are tight. Kind of weird to hear me say that in a normal voice, huh? I love how waffles have all those little grooves in them. You know, the little dips for the syrup and the butter. You know what I'm talking about on the waffles. Don't forget the syrup. I didn't. Whatever, I don't care. This conversation's over. And that's when you pick up your phone and your phone serves up an ad that's like, there are hot waffles in your area and they're just begging to get drizzled upon. Naturally, seeing something like that pop up, you probably have a couple questions. Is my phone listening to me? Why
Absolutely.
did that waffle ad have
There's
like overtly
there's a
sexual
bomb in the
undertones?
cannibal
We've all thought of this
app. You
before. I
better
mean, our
take care
phones
of
have
that.
microphones and are
Nooks,
always
nooks,
within range
nooks
of
and
our wet
crannies, yep.
mouths. And some of the ads we get are a little too knowing of us. So I decided to look into the matter. And I'm the very first person to do this, and there is no video that has been made on this subject ever before. Right, Jeff? We Googled this?
What the hell is Google?
Never mind, it's probably fine.
Oh yeah, I hit my head pretty hard recently and I'm starting to be scared.
Probably fine too.
Hey, are ears supposed to drool?
I don't know, Google it. Anyway, I decided to look into the phone matter because I always kind of felt like my phone was listening to me. I mean, for example, I have a daughter and another one on the way, like in a pregnancy way, not at an Uber or something. And recently my phone keeps being like, hey,
man,
here's a thing
that's
about
rough
introducing
comedy,
a
dude.
toddler to a baby so that they don't eventually form a mutiny against you. So this thing's like definitely listening to me. I was just talking about how I do not want a two-daughter mutiny forming against me. But here's the twist. Based on my research and Jeff's, who I'll have to re-explain Google to one day, it's apparently not listening to me.
Ooh.
Well, it is technically, because if I say Siri and then ask it to do something, it hears that and then does something that's, you know, not even close to what I asked it to do. But it listened.
Results for $2 Mutant 3.
So obviously what I mean when I ask, is my phone listening to me, is my phone listening to me and then serving me ads based on what it listens to me saying with its dirty little stinky robot ears. Clean your ears. Apparently
All right, I can't handle the comedy. I can't handle the comedy. What's going on, peoples? How we doing? Bam. Oh, broke it again. There we go. No, duh, he didn't. What are you, crazy? I think everybody knows that, Thomas. Hey, my favorite silly goose. How you doing, my brethren? How you doing? How you doing? All right, let's see what we can find. It's freaking cold. Current temperature. Freaking 24 degrees. That's crazy. Doesn't look like it's going to snow anymore down here, though. Doesn't look like it's going to snow anymore, so that's good. That's good. What do I want to find? I have a problem when people try to be funny like every 3 seconds. Like, I said 3 words, now a joke. And I threw some words, and now a joke. It's so hard to handle. She punched him. I thought you stopped. Yeah, I did. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back, Goofy. I just had to take care of the chickens and eat and whatnot. So I heard Jay-Z just lost. I heard Beyonce just lost 10 million subscribers. Let's see if I can find it. Oh man, okay, let's see. Jay-Z in the Epstein files. Comedians I resent. Dave Chappelle. That's but you resent him? All right, let's see. Let's see.
And fucking Pusha T.
Kanye told us, man, listen to
Take
this.
people like Jay-Z and fucking Pusha T. They made their living killing our people. So how the fuck they gonna stand up for our people? You know what I'm saying? But we forget that because we love Jay-Z's music so much. We love Pusha's music so much, right? But you think they would ever, oh, Beyonce had the best fit for somebody else?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You think they would ever tell the truth? No, if they told the truth, I think they'd go to jail. You know what I'm saying? So you have liars.
Man.
Liars are now the face of our culture.
Man, he said Pusha T and he said Jay-Z were the ones who were lying to the entire industry, the entire movement, the entire culture, and it's always the people you least expect, right? It's always, Jay-Z, the guy who does music videos literally making out with Satanists, Maria Abramovich, the spirit cooking dinner, truly the Satanist master of the entertainment industry, hugging and kissing her live in public. The woman is literally the personification of evil. And this is how it works, right? This is what you have to do in order to get famous. And you'll lose your soul. And Kanye warned us.
It's all of
Jay-Z
them,
and
Goofy.
Pusha T, if they told you the truth, they would go to jail. Well, now what do we find out in the Epstein files? That one of the alleged Epstein victims named Jay-Z and Pusha T as abusers. Now, I don't really want to read the allegations. You can go find them yourself. I'll give you the actual. This is it on the on the DOJ website. And there are a lot of lurid allegations. So I just want to start off by saying, I mean, listen, they're just allegations. Prove them in court. There's plenty of abuse victims here for Epstein. There's plenty of abuse victims that want everyone to know more and hear more. The DOJ has, of course, redacted the names and the likenesses, the images, whether it be on video or whether it be hard copies of the images or the court documents. They're not going to release the names of victims for Jeffrey Epstein, and there's lots of them. But listen, there's lawsuits going on, and so we just want to say that
I just saw that Beyonce just lost 10 million subscribers, and apparently Jay-Z's only got 1 million left. And somebody that was telling me, that was saying that that million that's left might be the bots that they initially used to fluff his numbers. Like a lot of times record labels and stuff, and to make people popular, they'll bot a bunch of subscribers and a bunch of views to say, oh my goodness, everybody's listening to this music. I should listen to it too. Look, it's got 1 million views, but they're all bot views, right? And so like he's got like exactly 1 million left, which is odd. He probably, because you can buy 1 million subscribers, you can buy 1 million views.
Whether it's Jay-Z or whether it's people that you might least expect. I mean, there's some really heinous stuff coming out about the royal family and, of course, Bill Clinton. Like, go after
Me neither,
all
stinky
of it,
farter.
as far as I'm concerned.
Me neither.
You have to go after all of it. Now, here we go. Jay-Z has been announced on Epstein's list. Now, what is this? It is a allegation. It's pretty sick. It just has to do with sexual abuse, right? We're not going to be reading all the details of these allegations. You can read them for yourself, okay? Same thing we did with
dead accounts, but I'm talking about bot accounts. Thank you, stinky brother. So like for instance, you can go to buy TikTok views. All right, let's see. All right. Purchase TikTok views. Okay. Starting at, okay, see likes packages, buy followers, $4.90, get 100 followers for $5. Packages, let's see packages. 1,000 views for $1.50, 10,000 views, 10,000 views for $10. So think about all these people that you see they've got like 100,000 views, but they've only got like 40 comments or likes. So they buy because it's only $8, $10. Where can I go? How do I go this way? Yeah, look, 50,000 views, $30, a million views, $40. So you get all these people that are buying these views and they're acting like they're popular and acting like they're huge, but it's AstroTurf, it's fake. So like, and that's why you see so many super popular rappers online. You can buy Spotify plays, all that. And so then they hope that the fake virality will turn into real virality and it's not hard to make $40 back. If you can get, 100,000 views for $30. I can't do math. But yeah, anyway, let's see what's going on here. Let's see what's going on.
Donald Trump, there are allegations against Donald
why
Trump.
can't he just invest
What
in
we don't
Simon
have in this
Carpenter
file
painting?
is what the feds decided on this. With Donald Trump, we had there were pretty salacious and grotesque allegations against Donald Trump, and then what we had were the feds saying, well, this individual who's making these allegations never met Trump. It's secondhand. It's gossip stuff. She actually belongs on psychiatric meds. She's been determined to be psychiatrically unstable, like psychotically unstable. That's what the feds determined. That's inside of the document. So
Come on, Benny.
Publish the allegations against Trump, but then don't say what the Federal Crisis Center and intake determined with those allegations. They're being knowingly deceptive. All I'm saying here, I'm just going to read you what the what the takeaway is here for the allegations against Jay-Z and Pusha T, obviously another big time rapper.
Yes, sir, brother. I got a fire going right now, brother.
And what happened? The allegations are stunning. Abduction, 1996. This is the year that Jay-Z dropped his first album. Epstein Mansion. We know that Epstein was operational in 1996. He was visiting the White House with Bill Clinton. He was like at the White House 19 different times. She said she was abducted. The documents claim Pusha T as one of the handlers who helped drug the victims. Now we know, by the way, that this is, again, I'm not saying they're connected, but we know this was what happened with Diddy. We know that Diddy would drug these girls and that he'd show up by the van loads. We have video. They have video of that. Now the feds, James Comey's daughter, I can't believe it's true, but James Comey's daughter, Maureen Comey, is the one who was brought in to make sure that these big time Democrats did not get charged correctly. This happened with Sam Bankman-Fried. This happened with Diddy. And she, I personally believe, was there as a DOJ protection mechanism.
I love USO and Alien. I love them.
Didn't actually face charges.
I love this.
Nonetheless, they weren't able to get the Diddy charges.
I love
the
conspiracy theory
right now. But the biggest charges against him.
So he deleted all of his posts but one on Instagram. He's only got 1 million followers left.
Didn't stick. What will happen to Jay-Z? Well, Jay-Z seemed to be panicked. Jay-Z has deleted all of his Instagram, and Beyonce is apparently losing millions and millions of followers. It's very interesting. Beyonce has lost 10 million followers on Instagram after Jay-Z
318 million
in the child sex trafficking case. Okay, yikes. She's lost some big followers too from inside of the industry. Is the industry like got to come clean here? Jay-Z and Pusha T are accused of assaulting a girl, accused of kidnapping. These are not the first kidnapping allegations that have been made against Jay-Z. There are other multiple pending lawsuits that connected to Diddy, actually the Diddy lawsuits. We've covered those on the program. So this is not the first kidnapping from a young woman or abuse allegation against Jay-Z. Nonetheless, this is what is in the documents.
Ah,
go ahead and find it
there
right
you
here.
go. So
Again,
now the
DOJ,
truth starts coming out. Not gonna
many
lie, Jay-Z kind
people
of.
who are no longer following Jay-Z on Instagram after the Epstein files were
Oh,
released.
Rihanna, Kim Kardashian, oh, freaking Tina Knowles. That's Beyonce's mother. Stop following on Instagram. Kelly Rowland, Apple Music, and the NFL all stop following
Kim
him.
Kardashian, mother-in-law.
Yeah, I agree.
Mother-in-law.
I agree.
Kelly
Tried
Rowland,
and true.
Apple Music, NFL, no public statements made.
Right, but why did he have the power to choose who is the? Well, actually,
The
maybe
brand
you get to it.
associated with controversy like this. And
Why does he get the power to choose who's at Super Bowl halftime? And Jay-Z is the guy that gets to choose who's doing that. Maybe this is why.
what? Yikes. I also find that many people are noting that while left-wing entertainment media has been going after Nicki Minaj all week, who, by the way, is clean as a whistle. And what I mean by that is he's not in the Epstein files. There's been no reporting on Jay-Z. Seems odd.
Right, that's
Here's some
crazy.
reporting from the New York Post here. Jay-Z in the Epstein dump.
Yeah,
He's
you know,
accused of
this
abuse.
makes you know, this makes you see who's actually there for the truth and who's there for the clicks and the views. If TMZ is not all over this, TMZ, this should be, I'm in the middle of taking a poop, but Jay-Z's, that's what should have happened on TMZ, and it's not. So they can sway who's popular.
Use along with Pusha T. So there you go. Jay-Z listened to the Epstein files and somehow TMZ blogs are crickets. The pattern is there.
Right.
Y'all are choosing to ignore it. The year Jay-Z released his first album was the year he reportedly drugged and sexually abused a young girl. He also groomed Aaliyah and Beyonce. I mean, that's indisputable. I mean, they talk about this, right? That they're like that they're out in the open. There's plenty of interviews about that.
Right.
Partaking in these acts was his initiation into the occult and the reason why he's allowed to release music and become a part of the club. This is how the elite operate. It's all one big club.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. They destroyed Kanye's life, slandered Nicki Minaj, but the leftoids have no energy for Jay-Z. Also, could somebody explain this haircut? I did not know that's what Jay-Z currently looks
Me
like.
neither. I thought it
Kinda
was
looks like he's under a lot of stress, honestly. Jay-Z's company chooses the halftime performers for the Super Bowl, and it's Bad Bunny, cross-dressing demonic Bad Bunny, who says he's going to use his show in order to push queer rights.
Yeah.
That's an exact quote from the artist Bad Bunny.
Listen, if you're in the club, they'll make you famous. They'll say TMZ will talk about you. They're the greatest rapper ever. Oh my God, I'm pulling my hair out. They're so great. And then people are like, it's fake. And that's the problem is these people are also in politics. So like, if they want somebody to be in power because they're part of some club, they'll just start lying about whoever or anywhere too. So what's true? Well, hopefully all this stuff is, the thing is people like TMZ, they become trusted until they start doing stuff like this. Like, it's absolutely crazy. This is the biggest freaking story in the world, entertainment wise. Like, so Jay-Z did all this stuff. Did Beyonce? No. Well, she just lost 10 million followers, but how many of her 318 million followers are real? What's up, Adam?
Deviants.
Yeah, hit the like
Is it
button.
making sense
Help a
now?
brother out. Thank you.
There you go. People are mass unfollowing the accounts. I don't know. Listen, I'm just saying we're here to report the allegations. They're in the files. So they're in the files, and we don't have again, as we covered yesterday, the FBI has stated definitively that they have absolutely no evidence that President Trump did anything wrong.
So the only person Beyonce's following is Jay-Z, and the only person Jay-Z's following is Beyonce.
And you can see that in file after file after
What
case after
up?
case.
Greeting from Listenberg.
This is
Shut
what it
up,
is.
freaking.
Is it the same thing
golf
with Jay-Z? Time will tell.
That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. But so this is TikTok, right? And let's see. It may all be TikTok. So see our followers packages. So here you can buy TikTok followers for 10,000 followers for $100, $99. So it's like If you could work at McDonald's, make $100 and buy 10,000 followers. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so all these people, especially all these people, look, I've got 2,000 subscribers and I do like, I've almost got 1 million views in a year. And I don't like, I do live streams typically. And so like, look at this. This is to go to show you how fake the internet is. Like I can get thousands of people in my live streams and whatnot. And you know, most of the time not, but still it's absolutely, let me see, what was that? I forgot what I was doing. I started talking. Oh, right. Myself. Let's talk about myself. I got 798,000 views, almost 2,000 subs. You know, it's like it doesn't. And most people don't get any views. Most people get 1, 2, 3 views on a video. And it's like we go to my live streams. Sometimes, like I got 9 people right now, but I had 720 people earlier, 725, 210, 177, 1.2 thousand, 2,000, you know, and it bounces around. But I've done zero. I've bought zero, like 0 views, zero nothing. It's absolutely crazy how fake the internet is. And the thing is, if you have... think about people that get millions of dollars, $1 million signing bonus for a band, right? They get $1 million signing bonus as a band or a rapper. They can take $10,000 and boom, 5 million subscribers, 5 million views, and that's it. And they have to do that once. And then how many people are like, oh, because so many people are jumping on the bandwagon type folks. They loved your work on Pesky Blinders. What up, hobo? I had a few over. Got lots of followers as a kid. Pesky Blinders. Hold on. Pesky Blinders. Oh, come on. Peaky Blinders. Okay, right. Oh, boy. I love the internet. Not the pesky blinders. They're all pesky. Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. It's absolutely crazy. All this people, all this fake. And the thing is, it's like when you see how many people are mad about stuff online, they post something, they say, I'm anti-Biden, I'm anti-Trump, I'm anti-Kamala, I'm pro-Trump. And then they can look very popular. Like, oh, it looks like everybody hates this person because they got 10 million views. Yeah, that cost freaking $300. You know, it's absolutely crazy. What's your perspective on religion? Do you think conscious emotions and morality can exist without hyper? No, I absolutely do not think it can happen. Absolutely not. I think that is the best evidence for a creator. Now, regardless of religion, if the more you study, I was an atheist for 43 years, right? It's only the past 6 years that I was like, nope, not possible. And that's because I kept trying to prove there's no God. And it gets to the point where you're like for instance, RNA can only live, the backbone, the polypeptide backbone of RNA, if you try to make it in a lab, in a perfect lab, not too much hot and water, not too much heat, not too much, it's like perfectly, it can only last for 4 hours. We have things inside of us that keep replicating the backbone. So DNA couldn't exist, RNA couldn't exist without these things already being there, but they couldn't exist without RNA. So that's the one big thing, is that like the little itty bitty wackadoos that walk up and down the DNA, and if the DNA rips, it puts it back together. These things have to exist. And we're asked to believe that this is just the oceans were splashing around and eventually made a little piece of something that evolved into something, but it can't last more than 4 hours. And if it gets wet, it dissolves. You can't hydrate it. So chemically, the more you learn about actual chemistry, actual physics, like keep going, not just the headlines, read it. It's just a theory. The Big Bang is a theory. There's also an oscillating universe theory and a steady state. That means it's always been here. There's all these theories. We only hear about the ones that sell the most, that they use in movies and stuff. Yeah, 100%. There's no way we're not created. There's no way. There's no way. I look like Adrian Brody. So I used to have a girlfriend who was a hairstylist to the stars. And whenever Adrian Brody was on the cover of a magazine, she'd come home from work, pull me into the bathroom, cut my hair like Adrian Brody's, then kiss me on the cheek. What up, Anna? I sincerely don't think I have the means to decide whether I can or not. I mean, it is what it is, kind of. Yeah, that's the way I was for a long time. Yeah, Jesus is King. Absolutely. Listen, especially if you read the books, so many people want to be smart. They want to be educated. And they think having a degree does that for them. And they lie. Like if you ask people about the Bible, most people will lie and say they've read it. Like they don't have it at an arm's length. Like I read it to prove it wrong. And then as you get educated scientifically, it proves it right. There's way more evidence for a creator, whether it's the God of the Bible or not. We were created. There's the people that have invested hundreds of millions of dollars into writing science books on evolution and stuff. They don't want to be proven wrong because then all the books have to be rewritten and they can just keep selling the same old crap over and over again to more and more kids, more and more colleges. All that, if they kept letting the new evidences come out, yeah, they'd be screwed. So it's a financial thing. Can you logically prove the Trinity, like how do three equal co-creator? It doesn't make sense. And that's why it makes sense, because no one would have just thought of it if it wasn't explained to us how it works. But I can explain to you how I explain it to myself. When you sit there and you're quiet and you talk to yourself, or that feeling that you get when you see a sunrise or a beautiful person, that is like the spirit. The thing that tells you don't go around that corner. That's like the Holy Spirit. And then what created you, or the thing that you can create, you can be the Father. You can have children. So now you're the Father and the Spirit. But that's just things you can do. Then you actually look in the mirror and you see yourself. So then you have the Son. So you can be a father, you can be the Son, and you can be what you think and feel. Do you understand? So you can be a father and a son, right? You're the son of your father, but you're also the father of your children. Do you understand what I'm saying? So then you're the father and the son, and then the things that you think and feel that are outside of just normal, like not you got burnt, oh, it hurts, but the things that tell you, wow, that's amazing, that feeling, that's your spirit. So yeah, it works. It makes sense now. Path is narrow, find Jesus now, right? Yes, sir. No one can understand God. We are only human, limited understanding. Hobo, it's not creators that are there. It's separate from their one person. One God, three parts. Right. Just like your three parts. You're your father's son. You're your son's father. So you are father and son in one. And you are like the way when you're not speaking, you can think to yourself. The way that's the spirit. I think the way is you have three parts too. What's up, Gawk? Only God, God of the Bible, all of the false religions. Yeah, I agree. Why would God create us? If you were bored and you get a pet, right? You get a pet dog, pet cat that you feed that will love you. It's the same. It's the same kind of thing. If you were the all-knowing and all-powerful, and you're the king of the king of your kingdom, and you want pets and you want a girlfriend, you want someone to love and appreciate you, right? How can each part be in? Brother, that's for you to figure out. However, we are human and not meant to know certain things. We are not God, right? The goal isn't to understand, but to have faith. Exactly. There aren't. That's why there are different parts. Jesus is humanity, right? Right. Jesus is the Godhead or the God man. That he's the in order to communicate. Just like when you talk to a child, you know how you start going, that's you reducing yourself to a child, and Jesus was God reducing himself to human so he could communicate with us stupid humans. Just like how you go to a child. It's the same type of thing. I'm not religious, but I understand the concepts fairly well. I believe in divinity in some respect. But it's impossible to comprehend, brother, especially at 20. It took me 45 years, man. 43. I love the subject, but I take a question. How does it logically make sense? Listen, if it doesn't make sense, you haven't looked into it enough. If it doesn't make sense, you haven't looked into it enough. Most people don't. They lie and they lie and they lie. They don't actually read the books. They don't actually look into anything. They just talk. They repeat what they heard from other people. And the thing is, you won't have these questions if you do the research. At least I didn't. God didn't leave his creation in the dark. He left the Bible, his word. Yes, sir. To help us, yeah. Smack! What up, Pat? Me, Mom? Trinity is like the ocean, waves, a whirlpool. Tsunami look different, but they all the same ocean, right? Right. No, people don't think before they talk. Right. You don't test the food at McDonald's before you eat it. And you don't know the person that cooked the food, but you know there was a cook and you have faith that they won't poison you. Right. Why would God want anything? God only wants love. Smash. Whatever it is beyond our ability to reason. Even if we witnessed it, we wouldn't understand it, much like an ant doesn't understand a circuit board, right? But people believe in the universe created itself from nothing. Right. The people that believe the universe created itself, they're like, look, God doesn't exist. The universe created itself. So they're asking you for one miracle. Just give me one miracle, just that the universe created itself, and then science can figure out the rest. That's what they have. Just give me one miracle. Okay, just give me one miracle. Yes, ma'am. He's God's ally, the best philosophers of our time. Can't answer the question. Sup, G? What up, H? Only question I have in the vast universe is how are we the chosen ones? Because we are the chosen ones because we were made in the image of God. Just like when you have your children, they're made in the image of you. So as you get older and you start to live life, everything starts to make more sense. It's not meant to make sense as a child. You have to grow and learn and realize, wow, I can understand now why God would want the best for us because we're his children. Just like if you have a little baby, you want to protect that baby. That baby can get up and hate you. I hate you and all that, but you're still going to love that child. But there's ultimate things that child can do to you where you'll say, you're on your own. I disown you. It's the same relationship. We're all sinners. It's a fallen world. We have sent to tell the others good news. The Bible says we were with them before he sent here. Sir, it's written in the Lamb's Book of Life. Okay, where were we? Yeah, the thing is, you have to just. What if the universe is what if universe is inevitable reality? What if it is? Right. Well, it's always a circular argument. How did it get here? How did it get here? Who created the math? The complex mathematics? Who tuned those mathematic equations to make gravity work at exactly the strength it works at? If you're really, really interested, look up the fine tuning argument for the universe. If any of the numbers, if any of the math equations, the mathematical constants, if they were off by one number in 10 times 1 to the 123rd, so 123 digits after the decimal point, after the 0, after the 1, one digit off and nothing works in everything. Like gravity would be too strong or too weak. It would rip us apart. Everything. It's like we're tuned. We all have to live and die. We all have to die to live. That's true too. What's the best atheistic argument you could put as a religious person? I was an atheist for years. The problem is I can't even really think of them because I've disproven them to myself. And now with what I know, I can't, and they don't make any sense to me anymore because I've learned past them. The atheistic arguments don't make any sense. The thing is, an atheist always has to believe in one miracle, that life created itself. From what? And the thing is, the atheists, they always go back to say that nothing plus nothing equals something. If one thing's true in the universe, it's mathematics. And 0 plus 0 never equals 1. Math runs everything. Our creator wouldn't leave us created in the dark. Bible is basic instructions before leaving Earth. Yeah, I love that. All right, let's see. Let's see. So, ND, did you see what we just watched? Jay-Z just got busted. Rihanna, not Rihanna. Rihanna stopped following him, and Beyonce just lost 10 million followers on Instagram. Mathematics is not a human construct. Absolutely not. I'm a believer, yes. No, mathematics, the science of mathematics, but mathematics, we found mathematics by trying to explore life. Ratios aren't a human construct. Like the ratios of why two things work together are a human a human discovery, but we did not create mathematics. Mathematics, the ratios of how things work together and the cosmological constants are experimentally proven, but they were there. Like how gravity pulls against this, and the language of mathematics might be human, but mathematics itself. Name a Bible verse. I read just today. I read Exodus 25:26, and I can prove that to you because right now, if we go look at what my Bible says, it says January. It says January 31st. Read Exodus 25 and 26. Exodus 25 and 26. For January 31st. And that's what I read. Which one which one is Beyonce again? Right, we discovered it. Right. What up, Chad, brother? Yeah, let's see if we can find any more information on that. Did you hear about that, ND, though? Did you hear about freaking Jay-Z in the Epstein files losing all their like the NFL stopped following him? I do believe that we're created. Yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away. What if God created universe, but we are not that important part of it? Then why would we even know anything about it? Like, do you think it was just some philosopher that said, maybe we're created somehow? Or do you think that the knowledge was given to us? Like, why is it that people can gain knowledge without knowledge without college? Mathematics was made by humans to try to understand. Right, the language of mathematics. But 3 apples and 4 apples it's representation of the numbers. So if you add 3 apples to 4 apples, you get so you still had the apples. That's still mathematics. It being represented with the Arabic numerals. That was a human construct, but it used to be 3 apples and 5 apples made 8 apples. So that was a natural construct. But right, the way we described 3 apples with the number 3, the language of mathematics. No, yeah. So Jay-Z just got busted in the oh. Hang it. Jay-Z just got busted in the new release of the Epstein files, and what's her face just lost 10 million viewers. I'm gonna watch it a little faster this time, guys. I want ND to see this.
Kanye told us, man, listen to this.
People like Jay-Z and Pusha T, they made their living killing our people. So how the they gonna stand up for our people? You know what I'm saying? But we forget that because we love Jay-Z's music so much. We love Pusha's music so much, right? But you think they would ever, Beyonce had the best for somebody else? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You think they would ever tell the truth? No, if they told the truth, they didn't go to jail. You know what I'm saying? So
10 apples is what apple pie, 10 apple pie, 0 makes the top. Always present, right? I'm a nobody's guy.
And he said Pusha T and he said Jay-Z were the ones who were lying to the entire industry, the entire movement, the entire culture, and it's always the people you least expect. Right?
I'm gonna get to the important part.
Who does music videos?
So the thing is, there's things called circular arguments, right? Either the universe always has been or God always has been, correct? One of those two have to be true. Either the universe always has been or God. So that's it. Somebody created time. Without time being created, there's not a present, future, present, and past. So somebody created time, or else there wouldn't always been. So either the universe has always been, or it started. But it has to either add always. So you have to choose your miracle. Either the universe has always been, or somebody created it. Now, who created that doesn't matter, because it's always going to be somebody. And the person that you're talking about is the one that started it. But who created it? So if you never want to get anywhere, you can stay in a circular argument. But if you want to find the closest thing you can get the truth, you know that's a waste of time. That's a logical fallacy.
With Satanists,
still
Maria
snowing.
Abramovich, the spirit cooking dinner, truly the
that's this right here. That's this right here. The energy Pinsky folks. Yeah, that's what's going on right here.
Live in public, it's woman is literally.
I'm good, Jizzle.
Of evil, and this is how it works. Right? This is what you have to do in order to get famous.
The universe is a container.
Lose your soul.
It's given. Of course, it's still alive.
Kanye warned us. Jay-Z and Pusha T. If they told you the truth, they would go to jail. Well, now what do we find out in the Epstein files? That one of the alleged Epstein victims,
right,
Jay-Z and
Carl
Pusha
Jung,
T,
is great philosopher.
Abusers. Now, I don't really want to read the allegations. You can go find them yourself. I'll give you the actual. This is it on the. On
right, it's infinite, right? It's infinite. It's called.
I just want to start off by saying,
it's called a
prove them in court.
Circular argument. It's always like, who created God? Another God created God. Well, then who created that God? So it's and then you'll stay in that loop, and you'll never find any truth,
whether it be on video or whether it be hard copies or the court documents. They're not going to release the names.
All right, let me get to the point here.
Lawsuits coming out. I'm split. Individual who's making these allegations never met Trump. It's secondhand. So the people that publish the allegations against Trump, they're being big time rapper and rap industry insider.
There you go.
And what happened? The allegations are stunning. Abduction, 1996.
Me too.
Epstein Mansion. We know that Epstein was operational in 1996. He was visiting the White House with Bill Clinton. He was at the White House 19 different times. She said she was abducted. The documents claim Pusha T as one of the handlers.
Right. Simulation side of a simulation side of a simulation side of a.
By the way, we know that this is, again, I'm not saying they're connected, but we know this was what happened.
Right. Right. I think this is what secular scientists want you to believe. They want you to believe that they'll figure it out. If you give them enough time and money, they'll figure out how the universe was made. Just keep paying me and keep holding me up as a great scientist. And I'll eventually find out how there is no God. But that's the problem. It's a perfect business model. Because then every time a new kid is born and grows up, they're going to have the same philosophical questions, and you can just keep taking money from them. You move them away from the Bible or the Quran or whatever you believe, and you move them towards science books. But the thing is, there are creationist scientists that do the same exact science. Their evidence just isn't published. They publish it. It's just not. It's not publicized. But yeah, you can look up scientists that do chemical wackadoodle jamulations.
That Diddy would drug these girls and then he'd show up.
But the difference is they're doing science to figure out how God did it. Not to not to prove that there's not a God.
We have video. They have video. Comey is the one who was brought in to make sure and donated to the Democrat Party, didn't actually face charges.
Here you go.
Nonetheless, they weren't able to get the Diddy charges to stick. Diddy is in prison.
Young Pay.
But the biggest charges against him
is just it. Right. So God said, "I am." That's it. I am.
What will happen to Jay-Z? Well, Jay-Z seemed to be panicked. Jay-Z has deleted.
So that's not true, right? So in Nazi Germany, it wasn't immoral to kill Jews. Remember? So what you're talking about is the morality of the majority. So it's whatever they say. Like now, it's in America, it's moral to have an abortion, right? Because so many people think that way. But biblically, that's not moral. So you have to have a basis for your morality. If it's just whoever can convince you it's moral, then there's your problem. There's your problem. That's why you need religion. That's why you need a solid foundation to say this is what we all agree is morality. Because now without it, you have people saying, like I said, like abortion is moral. It helps the poor woman not be a single mom. Yeah, no, that's immoral. You're killing people, and all these people have been convinced that it's moral, it's good, it's empathetic to help these people out by letting them have abortions. Yeah, no, you need religion.
All of his Instagram, and Beyonce is apparently losing millions and millions of followers. It's very interesting. Beyonce is
So hold on. I believe in a creator. I just don't think I believe in religion. Praying and worshiping is a god. A key word, I think. Right. The thing, yeah. Andy, you're on a path. The seeds get planted, and as you slowly learn, you'll get into the conversations as we have been, and it starts. And the things you have, you'll find evidences for. It's what happened with me exactly. I'm a side sleeper. When I lay on the left side of my brain, I imagine things as dragons and clouds, smiley faces when I see. So. That's a big thing that a lot of people don't ever talk about. What side you sleep on. If you sleep on your back with the back of your head, you can sleep better or wake up. Notice when you wake up in the morning, if you wake up on your right side or your left side, find out notice that when you wake up and think how hard it is to get out of bed. If I sleep on my back, I can wake up and get going. If I sleep on my side, I'm groggy. Absolutely. It's definitely a thing because blood pools. So other parts of your brain will get more blood and some parts will get less blood. So that makes sense. That what side you sleep on. And I have never seen any scientific data on it. There may be, there may not be. I never looked into it, but it's just my own personal.
10 million followers on Instagram.
10 million.
Jay-Z was named in the child sex trafficking case. Okay, yikes. She's lost some big followers too from inside of the industry. Is the industry got to come clean here? Jay-Z and Pusha T are accused of assaulting a girl, accused of kidnapping. These are not the first kidnapping allegations that have been made against Jay-Z.
Right, that's what I say. Just ask.
Multiple pending lawsuits that connected to Diddy, actually, the Diddy lawsuits. We've covered those on the program. So this is not the first kidnapping from a young woman or abuse allegation against Jay-Z. Nonetheless, this is what is in the documents. Again, you can go ahead and find it right here.
Philosophical.
The DOJ landing page. People who are no longer following Jay-Z on Instagram after the Epstein files.
Right,
were
God
released.
made us.
Rihanna,
It's
Kim
impossible for you to
Kardashian,
believe unless you ask.
mother-in-law.
Yeah,
Kelly
it's
Rowland,
easier to get evidence when you ask for it. Yeah, it's easier to get evidence when you ask for it.
Apple Music, NFL, no public statements made. Who wants their brand associated with controversy like this anyway?
We'll talk about it in a second.
Yikes. I also find that many people are noting that while left-wing entertainment media has been going after Nicki Minaj all week, who, by the way, is clean as a whistle. What I mean by that is he's not in the Epstein files. There's been no reporting on Jay-Z. Seems odd. Here's some reporting from the New York Post here. Jay-Z in Epstein dump. He was accused of abuse along with Pusha T. So there you go. Jay-Z listened to the Epstein files and somehow TMZ blogs are crickets. The pattern is there. Y'all are choosing to ignore it. The year Jay-Z released his first album, he reportedly drugged and sexually abused a young girl. He also groomed. Groomed Aaliyah and Beyonce. I mean, that's indisputable. I mean, they talk about this, right? That they're out in the open. That there's plenty of interviews about that. Partaking in these acts was his initiation into the occult and the reason why he's allowed to release music and become a part of the club. This is how the elite operate. It's all one big club. That's what everyone's saying.
Right. So this is absolutely crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So Jay-Z is now been busted, and Jay-Z's Beyonce's mom unfollowed him on social media. It's so crazy. The NFL, Apple Music, Rihanna, all unfollowed him and what's her face. I said, listen to this. All other parts of North Carolina, North Carolina are getting cold. It's completely dry where I'm just cold. Right. Same with me here, Bong. It's cold and dry, very dry. I feel like an out-of-body experience will blow mostly the Ace's perception. Listen, if you really want to look into that, I know there's a lot of people say things for clicks and views. There's lots of fake out-of-body experience things, and they're pretty obvious. but look at the ones that the doctors say. There's one in 1994. One of the first brain surgeries was done, and they had to freeze the woman down to like 50 degrees Fahrenheit and all. And so she said, not only did she tell the doctor, and this is from the doctor, the doctors that and the nurses that were in there, she told them what music was playing, like what song was playing while during the operation. There was a book on a shelf. She said the name, the book that you couldn't see unless you got on like a step stool and looked down at, that they didn't use the book. They didn't talk about it. It was just there. She talked about things he said during the operation, and you can think, well, how's that? Maybe it's a chemical reaction, but why is the chemical reaction there? Why is it possible for you to sense these things? Ever had the thought that religion might be created as a political move to acquire unified power? Have you ever had the thought that maybe some religions were created as a political move to acquire unified power? Could you think that if there is good and evil, there may be a good religion that doesn't do that? And then there's other religions that absolutely do that. There are religions that are absolute political movements, and they have their own laws and their own structures. When they take over a land, they have their own religious laws and structures and their own political. Yes, and there's some religions that don't. Right? So it's up to you to decide. If you put all religions in the same bucket, that's not God's fault. That's your fault for not looking into it. You should look into it. You should write a list. You should say, okay, religion A, B, C, D, E. Yep, this one's totally political. Here's its political leanings. Here's all the people that really, okay, here's another one. And then you can find out in about 3 religions which ones are which. And it's coincidence that happens right when you die. The Omega G. Is it? Yeah, Booker. Yeah, Booker T. Yeah, Booker T. Not a Pusher T. Pusher T. And Pusher T. and Jay-Z. Yeah, got busted. In the Epstein files. Charlotte got 6 inches of snow. Castro Travelers, 5-time world because I have a legit out of it. You have had one, dude. I'm not ready to talk about it because I think it's crazy. But yeah, I it's probably one of the things that pushed me closer, but this is when I was in my 30s. I haven't taken a heroic notes too. I'm not thinking, damn, I don't really have a say in this, do I? Yeah, I agree, Andy. Always been a little off. Right, absolutely, man. And just what you hear from like the real cool guy rappers like 50 Cent, like 50 Cent ain't never had no freaking wackadoodle satanic issues. And like Jay-Z dancing with known Satanists and all these other ones wearing dresses, and they're doing this on purpose. They don't want to just be wearing dresses. They want to be embarrassed. They're trying to beat them down, and then they make them, they make them wealthy for it. That's when I realized I definitely don't know everything. He's got a cat case of the blue face. Oh my God, there's an advertisement up here in the corner. AI girl made your way. It's so crazy that they got that stuff all over YouTube. Especially, it's like, do you guys see that? Do 13-year-olds see that? Or is it just because I'm freaking 49 that they tired of dating games? That's so crazy. Oh, geez, I'm way behind here. Anyone act surprised that Jay-Z's Illuminati? Right, hasn't been paying attention. Right. You said you were an atheist for many years. What made you turn to Christianity? So there was one big thing that made me say, okay, I'm not a smart guy. I'm an idiot. Let's see what's going on. So there's this thing called the flagellum motor. It's a 100,000 RPM rotary motor that's inside of bacteria that flicks the tails around in bacteria, little hairs that move them. It can ask for more proteins to come in to give it more torque when it's going through thicker liquids. And then if it needs to reverse within 1/4 of a turn at 100,000 RPMs, it can reverse. It has 100% efficiency, and it uses the energy inside of our body. When I saw this, I said, this is engineered. Look at this. Flagellum motor.
Ironically, nature has produced one of the most efficient motors in the world. Many types of bacteria are actually propelled by flagellum filaments, driven by a novel rotary motor. Membrane rings make up the rotor, and ions interact between the stator and the rotor to generate torque. This converts electrochemical to mechanical energy with almost 100% efficiency. A slight change in the position of a protein can change the direction of rotation, but a protein can also be used as a mechanical clutch to disengage the motor from the rotor. The rotor can rotate up to 18,000 RPM, but with the
I heard
filament
100.
attached, it only gets around 200 to 1,000 RPM. In translation, it can move roughly 60 cell lengths per second. Ultimately, understanding this natural machine could lead to advances in biological technology.
So in the pursuit for seeing how nature made our bodies, I saw this and I'm like, no, 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 no. It's got O-rings, it's got clutches, it's got everything a motor needs. It's got stators and rotors like an electric motor, and it runs off the electric compounds in our body. If all those weren't there at the beginning, evolution wouldn't, because you think during evolution as they teach it, this wouldn't have just happened like that. Like it would have had to determine what energy source is it going to use. And that energy source had to have been available. So as things were accidentally wackadoodle happening, and this is just in a bacteria that are in our bodies, and we need these bacteria so our bodies can use, like when you eat vitamin A, you need your body doesn't absorb it through your gut. You've got a bacteria that bring that vitamin A through your gut wall. So you've got all these other things that work together for us to work as a human, and then one of them being the soul. So what is a dead body? It's like an alive body without a soul, right? Like we know we can control things. Why do dreams work the way they are? Why can they often be prophetic? So this is just one. So this make me go down a rabbit hole. I started looking at everything I could, and it got down to I read a 300-page compendium for reasons there's evidence for us being created. And you can look at atheist stuff too, like the people that want to prove simulation theory and why we have to be simulated because things are too complex. Evolution was meant to be easy from a globulous protoplasm cell. Back when Darwin said this, he didn't know about DNA. He thought a cell was just a blob of protoplasm. So that would have been easy to make. And then if a whole bunch of these came together, then yeah. But he didn't know about this. He didn't know about DNA, and he didn't know about RNA, and none of that. So we're still living 200 years ago knowledge. If it was that easy to filter out the truth, I agree. Also, the celebrities that'll have their pants around their ankles when they want to toilet. A bunch of rich nobodies, the relevant sociopaths. If I'm your mama, I'm your daddy, I'm your brother in the alley. True to the extreme, I'm your pusher, baby. Ice-T. Why do I have the Jay-Z picture on here? Explain yourself. So Jay-Z just got exposed in the Epstein files, Sean. And so he just lost all of his followers, and Beyonce just lost 10 million. Beyonce's mom unfollowed Jay-Z. 50 Cent exposing all these cats, right? Yelmer's mad at my own. Do you believe we just die and it's all dark? No. I mean, that's, you can ask Adam that. I got a Predator hairstyle. That's not Jay-Z. That was Booker T. Hold on, what? Where? No, that's Jay-Z, man. That's Jay-Z. That's Jay-Z's new haircut. Absolutely. Breaking news. Jay-Z, yeah, that's Jay-Z. He's going bald. He actually says about this.
Destroyed Kanye's life, slandered Nicki Minaj. But the leftoids have no energy for Jay-Z. Also, can somebody explain this haircut?
Can somebody explain his haircut?
I did not know that's what Jay-Z currently looks like.
That's what Jay-Z currently looks like.
Stress, honestly.
Looks like stress.
Jay-Z's company chooses the half.
Yeah, so that's Jay-Z, right? And then you think about, yeah, that's pretty legit. Hey, I go, and he said, yeah, and we're always saving my book, right? Yeah, definitely, Sean. Once AI girls can make pancakes going down, 50 Cent and Eminem, I agree. I'm going to marry me one of these AI girls one of these days, yeah. I have one of my filthy 780. Craziest engine swap of all time. I just installed a Wantu GP open source AI video generator on my PC. Don't ever pay for AI video generators. It's a scam. It's all easy and free to download and set up. Right, but they convinced people to pay for it because people won't do what me and you do, ND. They won't just read one more minute to figure out how to do it on their own. So many people are just programmed to be consumers, to just buy everything you need and own nothing. Yeah, I agree 100%. Sality. It's not the fake. That's not fake it. There's some weird MFers in this world. We're probably amongst 2 or 3 right now. We may be. Right. Listen, abso-freaking-lutely. And this is the thing. That shit like the bedroom stuff used to stay in the bedroom. When society started like promoting, like everybody's like, hey, I like this type of sex, and you're like, it's math class. It's math class. What are you doing? You know, it's like it's like these people are sexual deviants, and they want to talk about sex all the time. I don't think about sex all the time unless I'm ready to have sex. Like, I'm not just like, I'm in the middle of freaking programming something. Let's go. No, I mean, but they want to make it normal. Like, every day you should be on the dating apps. You should be finding your future queen. It's like, it's bullcrap. Hey, Loretta, what up? It's going well. Introduce your music to classical music. They won't go astray. My parents, we listened to classical and classic, not even classic rock, like 50s and 60s stuff, like the Four Tops and the a lot of Motown. Talk about it, brother. What up, McCrow? Just a shock in the wave, man. Jay-Z and me are weirdos. Yes, sir. One thing you believe in but one thing is believing in creation. One thing has made you believe in Christian creator. I find it fascinating. 2,000-year-old religion. The truth is 2 to 3 billion old planet. Right. So you've got to You've got to start checking your sources. You have a Bible now. Now, what is the non-biblical evidence for stories and facts, stated facts in the Bible? If you start going down that path, because the thing is, you can't trust humans, and I'm a human, and I can't tell you to read the Bible and trust the Bible. I'm saying look into why you should trust the Bible and if it's even trustworthy. So there's a lot of people, and I know, like, we like to say, I found this one thing, but what's the evidence for and against that? I understand there's a lot of things like that, but look at the other religions, what they talk about, how they talk about it, and it's just look into the evidence for it instead of saying what's just in it. Learn that you can trust it. Learn that a bunch of atheists will tell you that this is true. This is true. It's been found in records. Like, yes, Jesus lived. More has been written about Jesus than any other human on earth. There's more papers and writings back in the day of when Jesus was alive. More people wrote about him at the time of Jesus than the emperor of Rome. So why did that happen? So there's a lot of evidence out there. Crisis, solution, advancement, evolution. Data command here. Still spin vinyl records on a record player, brother. Jesus loves you. Word of mouth. Right. There's a lot of word of mouth, and there's a lot of actual evidence. There's a lot of actual like the places talked about in the Bible are still there. The remnants of them that have been destroyed someplace. I mean, a lot. There's a lot. Look, it took me freaking decades to start believing. I didn't see that question. Our brains are made up of synapses, protocols, impulses. Woods that runs out of energy, consciousness as we understand it cease to exist. I'm not sure what's next. I'm here because So this is the thing, Adam. We've tested this. We've tested what's happened when you turn the brain off, and the people that get back in say, "I've had an out-of-body experience. I left my body." So if think about this. If the spirit happens to be an chemico-magnetic form, once the electric signals in the body stop, that might leave, and maybe it's the great hard drive in the sky. But the thing is, like, you got to chase your evidence. What up? Yes, I do remember you, Courtney. But I find a lot of comfort in the idea that there's perhaps another level of consciousness. I get to participate in some degree. Right. And what happens if you're wrong? What happens if you're wrong? You were just a good person and you treated people with respect and dignity your whole life? And then when you die, you're like, oh, it's turning black. I could have been an asshole. I mean, what's the bad point? You can still study all the science. You can still know all the things. And the thing is, it's like the thing that pisses me off is that you can't prove there's not a God. So if any scientist says there isn't, they're lying. And then you can know you can't trust their science. So look at their evidence and see what's going on. Because the thing is, why are they saying that? Why they cannot prove it? Everything that they say is theory. When you know the secret of SEIR, then you know the three Jesus, two Satans. The book don't contradict each other. You just got to know who's who. I agree. Education is the key. A ton of people wrote about Jesus when he was alive or shortly after. A ton, right? More people than wrote about anybody else. Anybody else? Yes, I remember you. God told me I'd find missing child, and it happened. Couldn't deny it. Logan, yes. Oh yeah, I forgot your name was Logan, but I remember now. How you doing, Logan? There was a Roman philosopher scientist highly regarded as being a skeptic and honest in his works. I forget his name. There was a lot of them. Yeah, I can't remember their names either. But there was a lot of Roman philosophers but remember, hold on, we'll talk about that. Shia and Sunni Muslim say Jesus is not the way. Allah is well read in the Hadith Bukhari 2022. Watch out for the tricks. Right. That's a big problem in there because the Quran also tells you that people of the book to read the book, people of the gospel. So it tells you in the Quran to read the Bible. If you're an Athena, a court falsification officer, how are you? How's Johnny Lynn? Well, looking if there's a lens of religious, well, if looking at as that lens is a religious theory as well, if religion is theory as well, right, exactly. So why do you trust what other people say? There's billions of people that trust what these books say and they live by them. And if the big thing is about atheist science is why. If they can convince themselves that there's no God, then there's nothing after death. There's nothing to atone for. So they can be absolute crap heads and they can rip everybody off and steal and do whatever they want and be deviants and everything because there's nothing to. Wouldn't it be a better planet if everyone thought that they get judged after this life and to live like it's going to matter? You know, and this is a big problem. How much is a ton? 2,000 pounds. What up, swoosh kid? You said there's a lot to lose. I'd like to live my life with good morals and respect, even though I'm not a Christian. But my brain, I just can't believe anything. I think I will lose nothing. That's the biggest thing. You lose nothing by trying, and you gain so much more. You gain community. You gain people that want to live. Like, if I do bad things to people, I will pay for it. So so is it better to live like that and then be wrong? Right? Or if you live like there is no God and you're wrong, you're really in trouble. So what there's no law. I'm a numbers guy. 2,000 pounds. Yes, man. Zip is trying to figure out how we can get light when my foster cousin screws in the light bulb. It goes against my brain's way of thinking. Right, I understand that. I understand it, brother. I understand. You have to be brought at a certain level to search for God. Yes. You get to a point. You get look. You're 19 years younger than me, ND, so you probably got a good 15 more years to go before you get to where I was. 2,000. I don't think so. Deviant. So you need you need an afterlife to be a good person. So the problem is there's a lot of people. If you believe in evil, then if evil is real, then good is real. If people would rather you not worry about your eternal salvation, if there is one, those are evil people. They will be willing to do anything. They'll treat you like nothing. And the thing is, at least Christianity so far says you are all God's children. Treat each other as such. Love your enemies, because for one day they may learn. You know, and so that's better than just kill these people. Man, you stupid. You voted the wrong way. Detain them for arrest. What up, Logan? We all men of virtue until we're tested. What did I often say what match we do? Right. So the thing is, if you believe that we're sinners and we've all done dumb, stupid, bad stuff, we all have. You have to think about it to deny. If you don't think, if it doesn't pop in your head, oh, maybe I shouldn't steal this person's money, maybe I shouldn't do this, maybe I shouldn't do that, because it's a better way to keep challenging yourself, rather than just, I'm a free spirit. Yeah, no, it's not good. Because think about the negatives that come from that. Treating people like they're bags of crap. Having sex with people just because it's a cool chemical release that makes me feel cool. Right, but what are you doing to them psychologically? What about that? What about, it's not about the morals and living as a good person. I can do that without making myself believing. Sure. I agree. You can do that. The problem, like I was saying earlier, is people choose morals by what's, and not maybe necessarily you, but you look at bad things that have happened in the world because the majority says this is now the new good moral thing to do, and then people say, okay, it's moral. We need to be able to allow this, and that immoral thing to happen. You look like an ICE agent. What up, Vex? I do. Jeez, dude. What? My mask? Ain't nothing going on here, Logan. That 100% there is a God. Anything beyond that, I'm unsure about God. Yeah. If there, out of all evidence for everything in the world, I believe I have zero doubt anymore. Zero doubt anymore. Listen, it takes a lot of work to get to the point. You have to unlearn stuff. You don't need to unlearn the evidence. You have to unlearn the theories that men create because they don't want to be wrong. The ego's a rough thing, dude. Don't talk paperwork. Don't talk to me. Talk under me. Born sinner is invited to accept himself as he's to choose a greater good despite of it. Why are you so bitter about the front lobby? Why are you so bitter about the front lobby? Like, I believe no God. I said, not do it. No. I'm not. Are you talking about me? I'm not bitter. No, brother. I was where you were. What do you mean? I'm not bitter about it. Yeah, I believe you'll find your way eventually. But the thing is, you can't prove that there isn't. So why, like, I understand that you can't prove that, but people talk like they can. I can prove it. No, absolutely. But prove it. Well, they don't. You can't prove it. So the thing is, if you can live like it, and you can be a great person. Absolutely. I'm not upset. I've never known an atheist that was a good person. Don't talk to me unless I can see you. All right, the light of God is in you. Blessed be. What up, chicken? What up, Logan? I'm a good person my entire life. How less fortunate people do good person. Do I deserve to go to hell if I don't believe in God? Brother, none of us are kick-ass people. Look, you've done bad shit in your life. I've done bad shit in my life. So the conversation like that, the question that you're asking is not fair. It's not fair because no one is that good. No one is. If there is a person, then, think about the people that never get the chance to experience the word. Do they go? Yeah, I would say they go. I can't prove nothing. Where's my Crystal Pepsi? What up, cat? Seems like I came in at an interesting time. I need something to believe in. I'm not going to be pretending like I don't believe in God. Walk of faith every day. I don't worry about evil. Right. The thing is, listen, everything is binary. The reason a lot of people try to say non-binary, and I'm not talking about just sex and gender, is because they want to say that they're better than who created them. And that's why, and a lot of the stuff they do hurts people. And then, like, you hear about these trans people, like the detransitioners. So you're only part of the community till you become a detransitioner. And then they say, well, you were never trans in the first place, so get gone. Well, wait a second. Where's the community? Where's the help? I'm going through a psychological issue. I'm going through a problem. Like if people have that issue, why do they lose that? Because you were never trans in the first place. And this is what I'm talking about. That's not good. Rather than you have a book that tells you to love these people and help them through all their issues. Don't just kick them out once they're, look, I have a choice. There might be 75 other religions. I have access to like 6. And out of what I've studied, I'm happier to be where I'm at. We're talking about where would it go? None of us have been there, right? Well, been food for words. ND, I don't think anyone deserves to go to hell for not believing in God. No, bad behavior will guarantee your own personal private hell, right? So, yeah. You could be at hell on earth too. By even then, Christians are supposed to wish for salvation for their enemies. Yes. It's all righteousness, but filthy rags. It's all our righteousness is but filthy rags. There you go. Unfortunately, our drive to be good is based purely on a desire to be accepted. Others are accepted by ourselves. Everybody's done bad shit at some point. I'm saying if I'm generally a good, right. You're generally a good person, but should you not go to hell for the bad things you've done? Oh damn it. The sentence for sin is hell. All right. So it's like, how do you prove if you've done bad things and somebody tells you, look, you got to tell God you're sorry, but you're like, oh, I don't need to do that. Then are you really that sorry for the bad stuff that you've done? There's not much you can sway that way apart your ego. Simply understanding and acknowledging itself just doesn't righteousness itself. I have a hard time wishing that, to be honest. I know some people whom I don't think deserve to get into heaven. I'll still pray for their salvation, but it's not easy. At least I believe AI is true. Right, God, I think good people deserve to go to heaven, believe it or not. Jesus is king, Mino. Welcome back, Mino. NDBs, I suspect God will bring you into... Yeah, he's on his way. He's absolutely on his way. It might take a couple of years. I was the same way. I was like, shut up. You guys freaking stupid. You brainwashed freaking Christians. Yeah, I was the same way. And I think it's great. I think it's neat. I think it's and what's really cool about being a Christian is seeing the people when they finally find out. It's such a kick-ass thing. And it's like, because like the thing is, you don't know if the lights go out if it all goes black when the lights go out, you know. And if the thing is, it's good to know if you've been told, and somehow you've been told that there is a way, you know. Yo, Chad. Sin separates us from God. Jesus Christ came back to take all of our sins so we can be with God. He satisfied the wrath of God we all deserve. We can do nothing but learn our salvation. Ephesians 2:9. Whatever you believe. Trust in Christ and be saved. Romans 10:9. I ask God for forgiveness before I do bad things sometimes. What is it? What is it? Beg for forgiveness. Don't ask for permission. I think hell is propaganda designed by humans. You better hope so. To hell with it. I can feel bad. And live with bad taste in my mouth my entire life for the bad things I've done. I feel like it's deeper than apologizing to a force I can't prove is real, if you understand. Yeah. Right, but you can't prove it's false. You know, it's like, but have you spent enough time looking at the evidence? God, forgive me for I do not know what they do. They do not know what they do. I do not know what I do. I think it doesn't really matter. Hell and demons are very real. Right, listen, you can tell the evil in this world. You can experience this. People are absolutely destroying. Listen, if all we have is life on earth and the ability to reproduce, you have people out there that are absolutely willing to destroy other people's reproduction. So is that not evil? Is that not evil? If the only way you can stay and your DNA can stay on this planet is by reproducing, and you have a bunch of people out there that want to get shots into kids that make sure, well, what if I'm wrong? Well, I'm 13. People like you are very dangerous for the human existence. What? Our YouTube hosts make money to get it out a little bit more. I get out a lot. I believe there is no God. I believe there is no God but God. Science is part of the whole. Science helps us better understanding our world and our God. Right? Trust Jesus as a plan and wait for him. Right. This is the thing. Most great scientists of the past were looking to see how God did things. That's what it was for. If you read the Principia from Isaac Newton, he says it was plain as day. That this is while searching for how God did things. I mean, sometimes there are things I know God won't approve of, but I'm still going to do it, right? Because we're sinners, but you ask for forgiveness, right? And the thing is, like, it's important to know. And it's just like any knowledge. You can't be so blind to know that there's things you do not know. There's science that you do not know. So there are definitely things you don't know. And so how can you be so bold to say, oh, there's no God? I looked, he wasn't there. You can't prove that we cannot be created by Pancake Monster. But we don't have evidence that we were created by a pancake monster. We do have evidences and testimony that says we weren't. You know what I'm saying? So you can say anything. Evidence is what you got to look up. Why am I dangerous? I think you read you wrong. I know you're going to do bad things intentionally. Then ask God for forgiveness. Like a cheat. Yeah. That's a pretty serious claim against me. No, I have to agree. He's right, Cat. English first language, baby. Maybe I mentioned sometimes I ask for forgiveness before doing some things that God wouldn't approve of. Not talk about things that are taboo or seriously wrong. It's like, I know I shouldn't get a tattoo, but God forgive me for getting this tattoo, and then I'll go get a tattoo. All right, that's fine. I guess Mino is imagining that I'm committing serious crime. How can you be so bold about your belief in God then? Because I asked for proof and found it. I'm convinced. That's how. I'm convinced. How can you be so bold in your proof against it? You probably haven't even spent a month looking into it. It's Saturday night. Let's go out to the disco, dance, and drink our lives away. It's not a cheat me. No, it's me acknowledging I'm doing something wrong. I feel like being good to other people and having empathy way more than asking forgiveness for your sins. Maybe that's just you. Yeah. Getting a tattoo is a good example. What up, Doug? Doug Dimmadome. Wow. I hadn't seen that in a while. How can God not exist when we have Costco? Listen, brother. This is what I'm saying. How do these people... We've got freaking Costco. We got Sam's Club. We got credit cards. Definitely a God. How are you, Dimmadome? Let's pull that up. Doug Dimmadome. I ain't seen that in a long while. That was Fairly Odd Parents. Fairly Odd Parents. Doug Dimmadome. Not Emma Dome. Oops. Doug Dimmadome. Bam! Where's he at? Oh, come on. There he is. Oh, look at that. Doug Dimmadome. Oh. Dude, you got a freaking calling God a pancake monster doesn't make God less real. The point is there's a creator. Right. That's a good point, Deco. Right. What does it matter? Maybe it is a pancake monster. It's still God. Just because you're trying to put it right. I didn't even think about that. Oh, Mino, I'll never do anything near the level of murdering. I follow the Ten Commandments. What do you got? We're talking about Doug Dimmadome and God. Costco exists thanks to God, FYI. May I have the next dance? Is it? My husband is right next to you. That is a big old hat. Yeah, that's a big old hat. Big old hat. Fight me. Fun fact, did you know God killed 47 children calling prophet Elisha bad disease? Wasn't very nice of him, was it? You better be careful. God is to be feared. I haven't heard of this song in ages. Epstein Files details released yesterday. Yes, we watched it earlier. Develop. We watched this right here, the Jay-Z. What's her face? What's her name? I keep forgetting her name. What's his wife's name? Not Mariah. What's her name? Dang it. The creator needed a creator also. What's a creator? Creator. Right. So you already know that there's two things that can be. Either we've been here forever or we were created. But if we've been here for forever, then somebody created the forever. So, right, you can do that. The thing is, but you waste your time because you know you can never solve that. So you already know you don't have the ability to do that circular argument, right? So you know to pull it out, and it's not worth the brain power because it's just a circular argument. It's a 10 print question mark 20 go to 10. Trump was in the files too. Now what happened to the U.S.? But he didn't. There was nothing bad against him. Everybody said in there that like there was a bunch of girls from like Australia that called into the FBI and said Trump did this to me, and then they were like, "You've never met Trump," and they were like, "Well, he like flew in," and she was like hallucinating. There was a whole bunch of stuff. So There's no evidence for Trump, but there is evidence for Jay-Z and Jay-Z. Beyonce lost 10 million followers on Instagram. How many Americans believe in God? Let's see. Well, you mean God or Allah, like our beliefs? How many religious people in America? 66 to 70% of America identify with a religion. 68% is Christian. 27 to 30% are religiously unaffiliated. I mean, atheist, agnostic, or nothing in particular. Despite secularization, around 83% believe in God or a universal spirit. So only 17% of the United States doesn't believe in God or a spirit. God will punish 100%. I imagine I've corrected the typo. If anything precedes God, God does. Exactly, that's the thing. Right, exactly. It's just, right, who created God? God. But if God created God, how did God create God? God. So some people just want to argue. You already know there is no answer, so therefore, do you want to use that argument to just say, so there is no God? That's like saying the house already exists, therefore there was nobody that built the house. But the house is here. But right, it's not just Americans, Julia. There are Christians all around the world. Yes. If God created us, then who created God? God created creation before somebody invented the ability to be created. And you're thinking, God isn't a human just because he appeared as human. It's because, Red Man, you like yourself calling a dog. Whoa, calm down, fellas. The actual fact was taken. That's all right. You're all good, Zip. My husband's the jealous type. Oh, damn, I'm way behind. I hate when people use JC in the Lord's name in vain. There's things all the time. Yeah, and that's another thing that's kind of crazy too. It's like I think that's coming to an end. Like the whole attack on a Christian church. That like Don Lemon just got arrested yesterday. Like that. Like yeah, they're like okay, yeah, enough. Just because Christians are forgiving doesn't mean they're to be taken advantage of. And I think that's finally what's coming out. I got D3 in my blood. Somebody punch me. I can take it. Murder of Renee and Nicole Good. Do you think murder is okay as a commandment? No, I don't think it's murder. I also don't consider Renee Good a murder. I don't consider that a murder. I did. I absolutely did. I posted about it and everything. And then I saw the other freaking tapes. And then I was like, oh, damn. It's unfortunate. Yeah, I was pissed off. I was freaking super for her. Then, it sucks. It sucks. Once I get this B12 flowing, nobody will be able to stop me. Elon's going to show up on my bachelor's pad at Mars. The creator is no creator. The creator is God is everything. It's right. She asked why many Americans believe God and why. She asked why many Americans believe in God. Who did? Oh, why? Oh, why? What do you mean? The same because they've searched and found. Most people don't search. They just say they did. Most people don't do the work. Like if you find somebody that's 100 years old, find out people that are 100 years old and be like, I searched for 100 years and I don't believe anything. Most people that search don't. Jesus is king. Is that like the Wolverine? Adamantium. What up, Dustin? I am adamantium. Having a higher power automatically improves life. Agreed. 100%. Unbelievably different. Listen, I'm not asking you to send money to my church. I don't even have a church. Like, I'm just saying, I try to help people get their lives better. Vitamins, for anything. If they bring it up, I tell them 100%. I don't sway away from it. I don't worry that like 100%. If you want a better life, and I tell people, even if you don't believe in God, if you want a better life, read the Bible. It gives you understanding about how people existed and how to basically tell who is helpful to your life and who's beneficial and non-beneficial to your life. Understanding how politics works, understanding how history works, even if you want it all to be make-believe, it's still a great resource. And I mean, it's been freaking read for 3,000 years, if you don't include the New Testament. The actual meaning is to take a name in vain, to commit murder, and say this is the name of God. Do you think God will mind if I don't believe it? Yeah. It might be, especially if you've been confronted with the evidence and you push it away, Julie. But listen, that's up to you. I mean, you're probably under 40, I would guess. I didn't believe till I was in my mid 40s. I'm almost 50 now. But also, it also takes time. When life slows down and you have time to finally look into it, that's why so many people find God in jail. It's not because they're mad about what they did or whatever. It's because they're not online swiping through their phones. They got time to sit there and read, and then they're like, oh, everything starts to make sense. And I think that's why a lot of people find God in retirement. They just don't have time. It's a rough read. It's hard to get through the Bible. It's a lot of reading to do. And if you do it the way I did it, read a little bit, say that's bull crap, and then start looking up everything, start finding evidence for and against, and search evidence for and evidence against. Get both sides. Don't just say, why is this false? Because then it'll just tell you this is why people say it's false. But there's also people that say it's true. So get the evidence in both ways. Agnostic, we don't mind. We don't know, but open to change our mind. Exactly. That's what's so important. The people that close their minds, that do not know for sure, but say, no, it's not possible. That's a problem. I'm not questioning religion, just argue. No, I know, brother. Listen, I know I'm questioning everything, and that can't be proven. I understand. Absolutely. And I'm not saying shut up, ND. No, I love this conversation. I love it. Absolutely. I'll talk to you about it till the end of time. Absolutely. Whatever, anything you want to know. I don't try to push it on you. I don't say, hey, did you read your Bible today? Tarmac Roads, the only word was tarmacadum. Madamium tarmacadendum. Word wizard. He's a word wizard. One of those peaceful protesters got ran down in my town. Yeah. Hey, man, from Amsterdam. Love you. Hey, man, welcome back, brother. Stand in the way of the metal being flesh and bag, and science kick and do the rest. Let science kick in and do the rest. Take the master out of Amsterdam, and I am a master dam. Madam, I am Amsterdam. Word wizard. Thank you, Dustin. When did I feel first going to read the tarot cards of the crystal ball? Dude, I did all that. That was me as a youth. My sister, absolutely. She was into the crystals, I'm into the tarot. We had a freaking Ouija board, all that. Damn. What up, Arabica? Raw genius in the chat. Actual factual. Taking the Lord's name in vain applies to multiple things, including cursing. Right. And we're sinners, right? So that most people haven't read enough to understand like what's going on, and some people that want control will pull things out, like the person that said about Renee Good being murdered, right? So the thing is, everything has two sides. If you believe she was murdered, then yes, that's against the 10 Commandments. Sure, absolutely. But the thing is, was she? If you want to lie and say she was an innocent protester, well, the Bible says that the devil is a deceiver. So why are you trying to deceive me? Even though I'm absolutely for a right to protest, why did she run the dude down? Why was she going crazy? Why was she dancing while honking her horn? While she was absolutely like that shouldn't have happened. But people get so big of a kick out of the likes on the internet when they do something bad. I'm not a wordsmith. God is inside my body. The Bible's a lifetime book and takes a lifetime to understand. I agree. Word cheddar. I'm cheddar. Word brie. My friend spoke against God and arrogance when he was making a lot of money. Now he's losing his money. Yeah, and that's a very interesting thing. God has a sense of humor like that. God, like, absolutely. Calling yourself God goes against God. Yeah, he doesn't seem to care. Satanists believe that they're their own God. Yeah, that's a problem too. They are not peaceful protesters. One time they charged into a Christian church. Yeah. They're not peaceful protesters. Right. Listen, if you don't believe that evil exists, just watch the news. These people, why are they attacking religions? What is it going to help? The religious people aren't politicians. So why would they even do it? Because they want to fight it. They want to fight that. It shows them how evil they are. Because, these Christians think that we're doing evil stuff. Right, they do. So they got to be wrong. Oh, okay, that's what it is. I don't think he's a believer, Cat. Yes, actuals, Cat. Yeah. If you want anyone to watch a great movie about religion, about Judaism, not Christianity, check out a serious man. Be careful, God is to be feared and struck down. Yeah, I agree, 100%. Yeah, like you see people that try to say, "Oh, loving and caring God." No. and he's funny. Pride comes before fall. That's exactly right. I have not read the Bible. I have the same reasons I am not reading some other religion book like Quran or Bhagavad Gita. I have all three, and I tried to read them in Hindi, and in Arabic. I tried to learn Arabic, and I tried for about probably 2 good days till I realized that that Arabic is right to left, not left to right. So then I just went to an English translation. Don't lose money because I'm a blasphemer. I lost money because I like stuff. Materialism, you Joe. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say something bad. I hope God doesn't end my editing career. Forgive me, John, because brother, you play it. Do what you want and see what happens. I mean, it's up to you. I'm Scientology. Believe me more and you can't change my mind. We all look at quantum, everything. Quarks are protons, these are the electrons. I mean, we all come from the fundamental fields that exist. That QFT is relativity. So, and this is a very interesting thing. But even though those fields exist, we still have the basic chemistry of life that can, like when DNA and RNA, if they get hydrated, too much water, they go away, they dissolve, they degrade. And the only theory we have is that we were splashed around in a puddle in the ocean. It can't have happened. It can't have happened. Intentional matter. Serious man, it's somewhat based off a book of Job. They're lucky I don't go down there and kick some butt and go out oysters. Retired state trooper. There you go. You're itching. Something that fascinates me. A lot of Christians are so certain that they believe in the truth. I have no clue what is true, and I'm not afraid to admit that. I would have never talked confidently about it. You will. Listen, ND, I'm telling you, when it all comes together and you smack yourself in the forehead and you're like, oh, listen, that's how it feels. It's real as the freaking camera in front of me. God opposes the prideful, as he should. Something I'm not sure of. Right. It takes it takes a while. You have to search to find. People mature by going through things. You know, like if you don't figure it out, you'll go through a bunch of stuff, and then stuff will make sense. And some people have very big things, like they say, why, if God exists, then why the Holocaust? Well, it's very easy because Satan exists too. Evil exists also. Well, why can't God? Because you can't have love without hate. You have to have an opposing force. So if you only had love, then you wouldn't experience the love, because you have to be able to say this feels better than this. It's binary. A reminiscent of views. Should I believe in God to be successful? Yes, and he even says that. And if you ask for wealth, if you ask for success, if you ask for the knowledge, you will receive it. Coca-Cola makes life worth living. The rest is actually. See, I don't see if there is a God, but then you have no right to oppose pridefuls. Look into why being prideful is bad, and learn the difference between pride and not glee. Damn it, I can't think of the other term. Give me a second. So some people say I'm proud of you. That kind of pride isn't bad. If you're proud of the evil you have done, I cannot remember the term for it. But some people like hurting people. They're proud of it. I'm so happy you did this. I'm so happy. It's right. It's not good. So God, never really leave. If you don't respect God, then I'll be unsuccessful. Well, so, and like Deco was saying, sometimes things can happen. Like you'll get successful and then you'll lose it all. Like look at all these people. Like look at Jay-Z. Look what just happened to Jay-Z. He got the most successful any freaking rapper musician could get, and then he's just getting it all taken away now at the end because he was evil. He was dancing with Satanists in his music videos. I agree. God told me exactly how I'd find a missing child, and it happened. The only way to explain my God, asked God or films. Dude, there's a lot of great stuff that's happening in the universe, but people disregard it. And listen, people have to absorb it slowly, and I understand that the universe is too calculated and complex, not having an intelligence creator. Right. That's called the fine tuning theory of the universe. or Deco, I've done maybe 100 times. I never asked God. And you never got any answers. Do you see why? You're like, I don't believe in God. I don't believe in God. I don't believe in God. But I asked for answers. Who are you asking? Satanists are goofy. Satan is a moron to take the throne of the creator. He never stood a chance. Right, right. And that's why you see these people that are so, I mean, even basic biology now is being, people are just screaming at it. Like, what do you mean? Absolutely, men can give birth. What do you mean? Confirmation bias is the reason we all usually find the place to look and put your biases right. This is what I was trying to say earlier. You have to ask for evidences on the both sides. What is positive and negative? What's the pros and cons? Because there's always somebody that has proof of their point, evidence of their point. And they don't say the evidence against their point because they want to be right. Internally and subconscious mind, I believe in God. My conscious mind does. I understand that too, brother. I understand that too. I understand that too. And that happened first before when I first started to see this stuff on a subcellular level of what's going on inside of bacteria inside of our bodies. I was like, okay. Yeah, there's definitely, I'm like, where's the cameras at? Where's, Truman Show? One time some dude says danger is not real. And I'm like, yeah, he's still right. Yeah, dude, people can be dumb. Coca-Cola D3, get out of my way. John, I'm the new boss now. Anything God operates on his own time. Yep. Be patient and be right. And that's the thing. Are you willing? Are you willing to accept it? Are you willing? Like I often people say, no, I don't believe. Instead of I'm searching. Like you can't prove it. So why are you so quick to try to disprove it, even though it's not possible? Now, people are wrong about prideful people. Does not make pride bad. Okay, so there's a positive and negative. Pride for beautiful stuff is good. Pride at your young child getting an A on their report card is not evil. It's pride of evil. Gazy. Deco, I'd like to believe. I freaking love the internet. Deco, I like to believe I studied and tried to understand the Bible and the Word of God more than the average person. I try to seek God because of confusion of life and never got anywhere. Pride isn't always boastful. Sometimes it's conceited and insecure. Right, exactly. You have to understand that that there's a yin and a yang. If people that feel love and happiness for death. Like the people that want to hurt people, psychopaths that enjoy, they actually feel good, like happiness. They get like endorphins from when they hurt people. That's not good. Deco is saying things like that. God is very something strict jail guard. He's kind of gentle. Please don't spread your propaganda. God is no. He is not kind and gentle. No. God is meant to be feared. It's the propaganda that tell us the other way. Like, oh, just do whatever you want. He'll forgive you. No. That's the problem. Richard, you're telling me I'm asking them. No. Hold on. Actually, if I lost and tried several times, God, see the answer. But listen, it takes, you have to see something like I saw, like the actual science that showed me, because I know engineering enough. I know enough to know that wasn't created. That is what tipped me over. Like I've done it the same thing. When I was in my 30s, I said, are you real? Let me know. And I never got nothing. Maybe it took me until I was in my mid 40s till I finally saw these videos and started looking into the flagellum motor. But you've gotten so much communication from people about how God's not real and this isn't real and we're science-based evolutionary, and that's a big mountain to overcome. So it's until you get more evidence of the otherwise, then you say, oh, and then you feel dumb, like that stupid feeling that I had, like how could I be so dumb? How could I be so smart but so stupid? That feeling, it felt like it opened up the pathway. Like all of a sudden I was able to just like, things started making more sense. I was starting to make sense of other stuff rather than like, I can try to explain it, but yeah, things started making more sense. Day one, like, and it was as soon as I started going around the rabbit hole, as soon as I saw that, and I was just like, first of all, I thought it was fake. I was like, this is AI. So I started going down the rabbit hole, but that tipped me over. You got to have more evidence for than against. And I understand it happens. It happens when, and I've talked to thousands of people about this over my life, and it's when people realize that if you still have doubt, you'll always have doubt, but if you've got more doubt, then there's a possibility that it's when that teeters over. We find a watch on the ground. We intuitively understand that it was created and left there. Why applied space rocks are left there. Dustin, as being a Christian, my whole family have been believing God since we were born. That's good. See, Dustin, so I was baptized. Me, my brother, my sister, we were all baptized. And we, like, my parents were my dad was a rocket scientist. My mom worked in the applied physics lab also, not as a physicist, but so when I was like 11, 12, 13, I was like, can I go to a Baptist church? Can I go to a synagogue? Can I go? My friend's Jewish, my friend's Muslim. And I was able to go everywhere to figure it out on my own. And then that just really caused me a lot of confusion because they taught different things. You just keep saying to disprove God, and you feel like you're not listening, brother. I can't give you. I'm telling you the definite. It's the definite answer. I understand what the thing is, but you don't have any evidence, and I understand. I'm saying the reason that I believe why you're thinking that way is because you convinced yourself that your brain won't allow you to accept God. So something has to change your brain. And that will happen on your own time. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that if I'm communicating it incorrectly, I apologize. But that's what I'm trying to communicate. Is like, I was an atheist. There is no God. You're all idiots. And it was until something sparked that I was like, wow, I've been wrong. So that, like, okay. And then that's what I'm saying. Hold on. What thoughts hypothetically as human found man cave can become? Hold on. What's your thought if hypothetically we as a human found a man can become pregnant in some way? Will you name that God's plan? No. 100% no. Do you know who the devil is, Brother Vishal? God is loving and patient. God is also to be feared. Yes, absolutely. God's plan. Way that the world is a result of original sin. Right. You have to understand that not everything that happens is a result of God's will. Absolutely. The thing is, you can choose to be in hell your whole life. So yeah, you have to be able to understand that evil exists and understand what evil is. If God's plan, you want to change what God's plan already says. God's plan isn't that men can have children. So if all of a sudden men can have children, that's not God's plan. There's a lot of room for debate there, but the general consensus, if we had proof of God, where would we leave faith? That's the problem. That's the problem. There would be no faith. And without faith saying, God, I love you because I know you're there, even though I can't see you, that's the there's enough evidence. Yeah, there is what? God, devil, yeah, evil, yeah. Do you believe God? Do you believe in God? What are your beliefs? I'm a little confused. I wouldn't keep pushing, Deco. Change your skin, change your brain, microplastics. God and Jesus is real because they helped me out when I got shot on my side of the highway. A 44 Magnum in the chest. Jeez, Destin. I believe God is there for an ideal figure for humans, that humans look and don't exploit each other. Make city clean together. Yeah, absolutely. What up, Spicy Burrito? Damn, let's talk about it, Dustin. What happened? Yeah, you don't have to talk about it if you don't want to, but I'd like to hear about it. Dan, I was disagreeing with me. I love disagreeing with you. I was made for this. So if you don't believe in God, Deco, enough. What up, Spicy Burrito? Yeah, I want to hear about the 44. What's your thought on Richard on that opposite spectrum that believe in God whole life? Hold on. What's your thought on a Richard that is the opposite spectrum that believe in God his whole life and found it? I don't believe it. No, I don't believe it. Hello. Right, yeah. He's obviously on a journey. Don't try to push him. Well, I didn't mean this to be a stream to try to convert people. I just, if I'm asked, I'll answer. Yeah, but let him figure it out on his own. Because I think when we try to push people to say what exactly do you believe, that's a slippery slope. You know what I mean? If he had a definite answer, he would have just said it. So I think he's just trying to figure it out. All we can do, right? Plant seed. We preach to God. Listen, there's no downsides to it. Is my problem. Whether we grow depends on whether we are watered. Yeah, right. And this is great stuff. This is absolutely great stuff. Like, when you realize that you're capable of anything here on earth, it's us humans that put people in boxes and say, you do this, you do that, you do this, you do that. This is what you're worth. This is what you're worth. And when you realize that that doesn't matter anymore, and it doesn't matter what grades you get, it doesn't matter. It matters what you want to do and say, like, what you want to. Now, you have to do things. You have to feed your family. You have to make sure that you stay as far away from crime as possible, because crime equals you're into the system, and the system then exploits you, because once they know that you're a criminal, you're criminally minded, then now every time your license plate's scanned, they're like, oh, let's just see if he does something wrong. He's already gotten 3 tickets. All this stuff. It's just, if it's like magnetism, the more positively charged you are, the more you get pulled towards bad things. So you've got to keep on paths. Life gets easier, especially when this. Okay, so Robert was in here for the past couple weeks, and he was told by his therapist that there is no God. So why are you even thinking about it? You're having this depression because your chemicals are whacked out. And then he asked me, and I said, no, she's wrong. And then I said, you fire her. So he told her boss, and then he got some responses. I was trying to push his beliefs, trying to test his boundaries for his incorrect beliefs. So you have this person that's going to a therapist that doesn't want to be on the planet anymore. And the therapist says, well, oh, by the way, there is no God. He didn't ask if there was a God. Right? So this is what I'm talking about. This is evil. This is somebody that just wants, they're supposed to be somebody, and this is happening in our schools, people that aren't there to teach math. They're here to spread evil for evil's sake. Because if there's more people that are evil that look like you around you, then you feel less wrong about it. I'm not being respectful, engaged in conversation. Yeah, Daco, it's fine, brother. That's what I'm talking about. Daco, chill, brother. No, it's done. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. We were going too far. I'm going to keep off the religion conversation. I'm just saying, if you think I don't think you're trying to argue and disprove God. That's not what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I think we're missing something. No, I don't think that. Not at all. Listen. I 100% understand where you are at. And I'm just saying, you were asking for answers, or you were asking questions, and I was trying to answer them. I don't think you're being. No, I think everything's fine. I didn't speak, try to make very clear that I have no clue about the truth. I'm very confused by my own beliefs, so I'm trying to convince anyone. I didn't say that you are. None of us are miraculous explanation to come from our ego trying to convince us to believe. Uncertainty directly stunts progress, make a decision go wrong. Let's talk about the optimal kickflip technique. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're having a fun conversation. And these are the conversations that should be had. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying you're so stupid, you're dumb. No, I think it's kick-ass. I was there, brother, absolutely. But if you ask questions of why you haven't received any miracles or any knowledge, and I'm telling you, I should have probably worded it different. This is why I believe I didn't when I was at the same space you were in. I still doubted. I was like, this is bullshit. Why am I praying? Why am I doing this? It wasn't until after I started to believe more than I didn't believe. Like, it was definitely after that. I got him. Why does that go off the mouth? Hey, calm down, Dustin. Everybody's fine. Richard, Dustin is threatening me and worried about me. Listen, everybody calm down. Listen. Everybody calm down. Everybody calm down. I want this to be fun and respectful. Everything. Listen, we don't need to know everything about everybody. We don't need to ask everybody about their beliefs, even if we want to know about it. If they offer it, fine, but we don't need to dig. That's all. That's it. If somebody wants to announce what they have and then they have more questions, we'll answer the questions. But we don't need to say, tell me more. That's all I'm saying. I love everybody. I want everybody to enjoy it. Brady missed my question. Does God need humans to exist? No, God doesn't need humans to exist. So just like how we like to have pets, and this is the way I like to think about it, Vishal, just like how, like, when lonely people, and I'm not saying he's lonely or not, but you like to have pets. You feed the pet, you love your pet, the pet loves you. It's that he wants to feel love. He just wants us to love him, basically. Well, why does God need that? Maybe he's bored. I don't know. We don't have that answer. My apologies. I'm not threatening you. I'm damn crazy. Is God there? Why at the age of 18? If God is there, why at the age of 18 was I get paid $500 for a good at it? For a good, might have to start my career in a way. Brother, you're still very young, man. I think it's a good time to change something. I agree too. We'll change something. What's up with RAM prices? All right, okay. Let's look at the RAM prices. We're moving on. RAM prices. That's freaking crazy, dude. $1,200, 2 miles from me for DDR5, $1,242. DDR4 is $200 for 16 gigs. Yeah, that's freaking nuts. Is there let's see. Let's see. All right. We're moving on. Everybody calm down. I want everybody to love everybody. We're getting a little testy. Talking about my past now, I'm 25 years old. Yes. Live, old man. You need to keep working towards what you want to do. Obviously, you want to be. I didn't get successful until I was in my 40s. I entered 40s with $0, basically. Look up PVZ fusing and play it for yourself to see if it's accurate of your review. PVZ fusion. Oops. Hold on, what? PVZ fusion. Plants versus Zombies? Oh, since thousands of your PCs are getting compromised, counterfeit uploading fake versions. You freaking asshole. Yeah, so nobody download that. Keep going. It's a timeout. Be civil. Everybody's gonna be civil. Look, if you're starting, yeah, everybody calm down. We're good. Since thousands of a fan-made game allows players to combine different plants, connect hybrids and plants' abilities, fusing mechanic adds a layer strategy. The diff goes in Chinese. Yeah, let's jump into that. Everyone be happy. Yeah, that's crazy. And there, I mean, I didn't look into it all. It says right here, guides for installing it. Since thousands of you have been getting your PCs compromised by fake versions of Plants vs. Zombies. Yeah, that's nuts. That's nuts. Malware. So that's so crazy. So they made another Plants vs. Zombies game that the Chinese made called Fusion. So it's not flagged as viruses. Wow. But then somebody says, I can assure you that it's safe. That's crazy. Yeah, I wouldn't touch it. I'm not going to take that name. I'm not going to take a name, but the guy in the chat, I believe God is deciding if someone is disgraced for this uniform. I'm trying to be calm, but I don't know why Deco's still on. I told him what. 21 likes. Hey, we're working on it. All right, where are we at? 7 o'clock. All right, so let's try to do this. Listen, people talking about religion. Listen, there's a reason that they say don't talk about religion or politics in sales, because you can lose the sale of it. It's some people, including myself, had to learn a lot about how to be proficient in talking about religion. There's a lot of this is around the world. You know, I get people from all over the world in here. So there's a lot of people that are like they don't give a toss about Christianity. They don't give a toss about Hinduism or Islam or whatever. They're Buddhist. They're whatever. And the point is, the things that I know, when we ask people what they believe, when it's clear to me that they don't know yet, it's only incendiary. And because we'll never be happy with what, or we'll try to proselytize them into our beliefs. And the thing is, I think that's a net negative. That's all I was saying. Buddha says there's no God, people make them. Right. It's not respectful to tell me to shut up and threaten me and say I'm starting to tell me. Geez, everybody, look, listen, everybody, stop on being on each other like that. Listen, I know it gets testy, but because we get into a mood already, and then it's like everybody, please calm down. Let me see what I should do. It's 6:58. But yeah, I love everybody. And I want everybody to chill. I don't want everybody to start. I listen. And the thing is, we're talking over text, so it's like we can't tell. So I want everybody to become, Richard, you're not the one who got threatened. I didn't see a threat. Maybe I missed it, or maybe it didn't show up here. I worked on Stranger Things, Minu. Yeah, I didn't see a threat. That's what I'm saying. If it came across, what up, Scott? If it came across the text and it was threatening, I didn't see it. I apologize. I'm not trying to not protect you. Thank you. All right, let me see. All right, my freaking chickens are out. All right, you guys want to? I should probably say. Okay, let's do this. What time is it here? It's 7:00. All right, let's do this. Let's take a break for 15 minutes. I'm gonna pee in the toilet and go catch my chickens. I'm gonna start another stream here. I'm gonna kill the one on Twitch and do a full screen on YouTube. All right, everybody. Hugs and kisses. I appreciate y'all talking this out with me. Sorry about everybody. I love everybody. Hugs and kisses. See you guys soon. Bye.